All right, sitting here after a big win over Pensacola Christian College, Eli Cupples and Coach Yu joining us for the post-game interview. Coach, we'll start with you. This is a game that beginning of the season our guys I know get really excited about and the opportunity to play against this team. But just talk to me about, I know last week or even earlier this week, you and I were talking about how last week and the 3 games in 3 days, how that prepared us to play tonight. And so how do you think we did coming off those 3 games into the game tonight?
Yeah, these are what coaches refer to as the dog days. You're through the beginning of the schedule. You just get back from Christmas, but then playoffs are still over a month away. And so we've had shorter practices, but more effective practices. And in our last 2 games, we've shot 50 free throws and we've only missed 4. That is incredible. That shows the work that they put in. We've worked on that a lot over Christmas break, and over the past 3 weeks, we've worked on that a lot. Really, even though we had ended up with 12 turnovers, a lot of that came in junk time where we had different groups of people that hadn't really played together. I didn't really like to provide excuses for turnovers, but for most of the game, we were single digits in turnovers, and that's something that we obviously worked on over the year. And then we're talking about how Daniel can't be the only one that makes threes on their team, and I've tried to get other guys to shoot them. And you saw last weekend Chapman and John stepped up. Eli not able to play really a whole lot first semester with an injury and try to just get his legs underneath him. He's just been worried about moving the ball and playing good defense, and he picked his spots. I didn't think he really forced any threes tonight. He just got him in the rhythm. He got him in the way that we want our threes to be gotten, and I was really proud of how he played tonight. He was in my first recruiting event that I ever did after I became coach, so I've been close with his family and close with him for a couple of years, and I'm glad he decided to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Eli, talk about the performance tonight, 34 points. I know you got the stats there in front of you, Coach. I think 7 of 8 from beyond the arc. So, when you were hitting those threes early on, when did you know, okay, I'm feeling it a little bit more tonight?
It was those first 1 or 2. I think Devin drove to the lane, got to the block, and he kicked it out to me, and I just one motion knocked it down, and then from there I just felt something in me that this is it. It's go time.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Yeah. Offensively tonight, we kind of came out strong right from the start and kind of punched him in the mouth really, really early on. Eli, talk to me a little bit more about what was working offensively as a whole for us tonight.
I think that's probably one of the things that we've been struggling on is getting going early, and we've been focusing on that specifically lately, and that just comes with mental preparation and the hours that we put in the gym, and I think it really showed out there tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, we talked about this a little bit at halftime, but and you mentioned it even a little bit, but maybe we could talk a little bit more. I mean, I believe we were perfect from the free throw line in the first half, or maybe missing 1. Yeah. I think we ended the night missing 1 free throw overall or something like that. Just talk about how, we really made an effort in the second half to attack the lane, which opens up Eli and other guys on the outside. But to have that kind of a performance from the free throw line tonight, you have to be impressed with that.
Yeah, I think our press helped us with some of that. I mean, if you look at our shot chart, there were so many points that were right in front of the rim and in the lane, and that we were just, for the most part, we weren't settling. We were getting the shots that we really wanted. And our goal, every possession, is really, really tough, but our goal is to get 3 points either by the and one or by kicking it out for a 3-point shot. And I thought tonight was the closest that we've gotten to that. When you're shooting 30 free throws in the game, but you also made that many threes for the game. I mean, we were about 60% from the field for the game, about 44% from 3-point range, and 94% from the free throw line. That is just dominating in every offensive category, and I think our defense helped us with that. I don't think it was just one side of the ball. I think the momentum that we create with our press really helps us.
Going into Tuesday, Toccoa Falls coming to town, have the opportunity to play at home for a little bit for these next couple of games. But what do we take from tonight into Tuesday night?
Well, they're really good. They've played some really tough NAI D3 competition early. They've been very competitive. This is the best Toccoa Falls team I've seen, and I will say that about Pensacola too. You know, this isn't coach speak. Pensacola has had some guys out with injuries, and they're just coming back. For a couple of them, this was their first game back. So Bruin Nation needs to be careful about taunting or being boastful. I think we need to just take this game, let it wash away, and I think when we play at Pensacola, it's going to be a really tough game. And the same thing with Toccoa. Toccoa always plays us tough. We've had double-digit leads on them a couple times and ended up only squeaking out a single-digit win. And they play really, really tough. Kevin Hall's a good coach, and he always has them ready. And I would say out of everybody in our region, they play as deep as we do. They play 12, 14 guys a game just like we do. And so we're not really going to be able to use our bench as much of a factor as we have been with some other region games.
Alrighty. Thank you, guys.